same machine, but whatever, close enough. I mean, it's like, yeah, I feel it. It's like, do I think that like I'm gonna create some type of like, I can squeeze into here and come across? Like, first of all, he's literally facing this way and going like this across his body. If you kept it just here and squeezed in and shoved yourself back the way you normally should through a press, I'm just bringing this bicep to this chest quicker. So I want to create less, I want to ruin this space between here and flex out through so I can send contraction in. What he's saying is like, you don't want to do that, right? So if you did drive across, it's like, don't literally face this way and push across your body, because that's fucking, who the fuck would do that? It's like, find an angle. It's the same as the angle I would be on here. If I'm here with here, all I'm doing is taking my hand off and I'm turning this side a bit and getting more depth on this shoulder. So I'm allowing more turn of my body and extension across, but it's the same extension I'm getting if I do two hands. You know what I mean? I'm just putting one down and turning this way a bit. So is it worth it? I don't know. You can just press properly. That's what I'm talking about in these like, these little tiny tweaks and fucking try this and try that and use this machine for its completely unintended purpose. It's like, you guys, that's not gonna make the difference in your physique, and you're sitting there, because kids that are watching that kid, say that guy was very popular, I don't know if he is, maybe he is, and they're like, try this, and they're like, go across here and you'll feel it, and they're like, wow, I really connected in here today. Fucking job well done. I can get out of here now. It's like, but there's not a drop of sweat. There's no fucking effort at all. There's like 2 or 3 sets and you're like going like this, doing all that stuff. Like, I can do that without the machine, eh? I can go, look at my chest. I don't even need the weight. So am I really doing anything? I don't know. If I, one thing message I can get across to people watching this who are like, even if they don't like me or they think that I'm fucking talking shit, it's like, guys, do what has worked for a long time and just get better at it. Like, do the basics, master them, and just get better at them and watch yourself grow. Like, you will literally see exponential growth if you just fucking, fuck that guy. I can't even demonstrate that. How am I supposed to demonstrate that? I immediately have to turn gay and lay down on the floor in order to demonstrate. I actually don't mind this. I've never tried it, and I'm not about to try it now because I don't want to have people see me doing that shit, but like, I can understand how there might be a little bit of a stretch in your lat just because of the laying down angle. But like, again, it's like, why? I actually see these videos and I feel sorry for people because they must just train in really shitty gyms that have no equipment. So they're like, man, we just got to make you got to make this machine work for 7 different body parts. How can we get this done? Like, let's do this leg extension into a bicep curl and turn it into a shoulder press. It's like, guys, do you ever heard of how to use dumbbells? Like, they're multiverse, like they're super multi-dimensional. Like, you can use them in different ways, right? They're like, nah, man, fucking sit-ups with a fucking curl bar and all this shit. It's like, just stick to the basics, stick to like what works, what you feel. So even if you see these other movements and you try them and you're like, man, so-and-so said this was better, but I don't really feel it. It's okay to be like, I don't want to do that. Or to think, maybe I'm just going to get my movement better and I'm going to come back to this later. And once my movement's better and I understand my body better, I'm going to connect to this movement a little bit better. So yeah, you can still try stuff, right? But this whole thing of like all these influencers and these people in the gym, they're trying to unlock your physique with fucking different movements. As you see, the guys that are showing you the movements don't have much of a physique to speak of, and like they're posing in the mirror with their shirt off in a gym in dim lighting and making poses like this, like with like just enough dim light to catch like a few abs, right? And they're like saying like this, or like, it's like, fuck off, guys. It's also because my brain just got sparked by it. If someone shows you an exercise and makes it sound really fancy, like they show you in depth, like every minute, like little tiny movement, and like they explain it to you and they tap you in places and they're like doing this and this, and then in your simple brain, like you're like, oh, this is good, right? Also, don't forget that they haven't told you to breathe. You haven't breathed the whole set. So you're exerting yourself and doing this difficult movement. So now equate it in your brain to being like, this is hard. It's like, well, one, you made it harder by not breathing. Two, it's fucking been explained to you in a difficult way when it could be explained so simply. And like, three, the person showing you doesn't have a physique worth talking about. So obviously what they're showing you isn't fucking paying off in what they're doing, right? It's that simple. If you look at like Charles Glass, one of the world, like most famous trainers and like other trainers like him, Charles had a fucking physique that was phenomenal when he was younger. He's older now. Doesn't have a need to have a physique like that, but he has a goddamn awareness of his body, and he can tell people how to do stuff and still understands how movement works, right? If you see a guy who has had no physique ever and looks like he's fucking literally coaching a softball team somewhere, like a men's league softball team, do not listen to him for fucking muscle training or muscle developing device. Like, he's not going to be your path to victory on that. Because he's literally making stuff up as he goes, or her. I've seen a lot of hers that do this too. Take advantage of like older women who are like middle-aged, and they're like, come train, and they show them like, oh, this is how you do this. And then they spend like the next 35 minutes talking before they do another exercise, and they all like high-five each other at the end. It's just like absolute bullshit. But sadly, those people are looking for that. They're not really looking to train hard. They think if they're being trained smarter or being shown the smarter way to do stuff or more intellectual, that like that circumvents training hard. Like, I'm so much smarter and so much more intelligent that my body will just grow now because I know more stuff. It's like, and then you see them like 2 years down the road, you're like, you look the same, bro. And this guy's still showing you the same stupid shit that doesn't work. And you're still like, oh, I think it's happening. It's just a matter of time.